Imagine sipping Cuban cocktails in a speakeasy located in a bank vault with an ex-professional football player.
Cheers.
Cheers.
How about savoring a blend of British, French, and Spanish cuisine?
Saffron rice, chicken, chorizo sausage, unique twist on a taste of Spain.
Cooked up by a world-class chef who's headlined with Guy Fieri and been featured on Food Network shows like The Great Food Truck Race with Tyler Florence. It's all on offer in Alabama. I've been eating with the best chefs around the world for 2 decades, so when the opportunity came up to rate some of the top restaurants and restaurant experiences in Alabama, I said,
That was good.
we're traveling to Alabama's port city of Mobile to taste the diversity of what's on offer and explore how history has shaped a menu inspired by flavors from France, Great Britain, Spain, and even Cuba. Join me as we eat our way through Alabama on this episode of Travels with Darley, the Southern Trails podcast. I'm starting out my Alabama adventures in the city of Mobile and doing what I recommend so many of you do on your travels. I'm getting lost.
So I'm searching for this speakeasy, Las Floriditas, and I can't find it.
I often seek out speakeasies in my home area of New York City, and sometimes they are hard to find. But this one, located in the basement of a downtown Mobile office building, takes the cake so far. I meander alongside beige walls adorned with modern art until I finally round a corner and come upon what looks like an office. The walls are covered in wooden bookshelves lined with old books and black and white photographs of Hemingway gone fishing.
¿Cómo está? Welcome to Las Floriditas. I'm Roosevelt, the doorkeeper here.
At 6'3" and wearing a white oversized button-down shirt and straw fedora, Roosevelt Patterson is not just the imposing doorkeeper/bouncer. He was the starting offensive tackle on Crimson Tide's 1992 national championship team. He shows me his national championship ring before hitting a switch to open the secret door.
And you may enter in.
Wow, okay, I didn't expect this.
Yes, ma'am. You enjoy yourself, okay?
The bookshelf along the wall slides away from the corner to reveal the speakeasy bar and restaurant inside.
Hello, welcome. Welcome, Darley.
Easy, Bob.
Yeah, man, welcome to Mobile and Las Floriditas.
Bob Baumhower played for the University of Alabama under Coach Bear Bryant, and later under Coach Don Shula for the Miami Dolphins. He's also an Alabama restaurateur, with restaurants located throughout the state, including Las Floriditas in Mobile, and just upstairs, Dauphin's.
I lived in South Florida for a long time and fell in love with the Cuban culture. And then we came up with the concept of Las Floriditas, which is a tribute to El Floridita in Havana. They say it's the birthplace of the daiquiri. And that is our signature drink, the Las Floriditas daiquiri. Hope you enjoy.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well,
We toast, our daiquiri glasses brimming with a slushy mixture of white rum, fresh key lime juice, maraschino liqueur, and turbinado sugar. Baumhower is one of many Alabama entrepreneurs doing something innovative with drinks and food. Spread before us next are large meatball-sized ham and cheese croquettes topped with Dijon aioli, citrus-marinated grilled and chilled chimichurri shrimp over white rice, and a delicate French-style pastry shaped like 2 upright hard-shelled tacos, topped with whipped cream and bursting with papaya cream cheese filling. Papaya sauce and lime zest, delicately sprinkled on top. I try the dessert first.
The pastry is so light, and that lemon zesty flavor,
yeah,
that's fantastic.
nice combination of textures too.
I've been enjoying a bit of Cuba here. I think we should head to France.
Okay, let's go.
We take the elevator to the 34th floor to Dauphin's, which offers sweeping views of the city of Mobile and the port activity of Mobile Bay, along with a menu featuring French Creole dishes, inspired by Mobile's history. Bob and I sit down at this casual fine dining restaurant to try a signature dish.
You know, Mobile has a pretty strong Creole background with, you know, the French being the founders here, and we got a lot going on just as much as New Orleans does when it comes to the Creole thing. And we're in the South, so fried green tomatoes are something that a lot of folks like here. Fried green tomatoes with our shrimp.
A little bit of a heat to it. I like that. A little kick.
And a nice combination of flavors there. And
So now you've had the game of football, but also the restaurant game, which is more of a challenge.
I don't have to think about this long. The hospitality restaurant business. Anybody that knows anything about football knows that you don't grow up wanting to be a nose guard. It's not a fun position. It's tough. This business is tougher.
I'm starting a new day in Mobile with a walk in Cathedral Park, followed by the most important meal, breakfast. I'm taking you to 3 key spots for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, starting with a spot of tea, a Mobile staple. It's located across the street from Cathedral Park on Dauphin Street, in the heart of the Arts and Entertainment District. Tony Moore, also known as Little T, walks me in the park towards the cathedral to chat about the family restaurant, where he literally grew up.
This is the Cathedral Park, named aptly after the Church of the Conception, or the Cathedral.
Beautiful church, wow.
It's one of the oldest parishes in Mobile, was founded in 1703.
We're on a sidewalk flanked by green grass and white tulips facing the large red brick cathedral, the first Catholic parish on the Gulf Coast. It was established just 1 year after the founding of Mobile.
So you grew up right here, living above a spot of tea.
Yes, ma'am. It was an experience like no other. Just a little breakfast lunch area where people could feel welcome and just have a cup of tea and like maybe a tuna sandwich. So that's where the spot of tea comes from, and it just kind of exploded from there.
A spot of tea reminds me of a New Orleans cafe with outdoor seating downstairs and a wrought iron balcony on the second floor, just above a neon and white sign for a spot of tea, established in 1994. The Moore family name is emblazoned on the building above the balcony.
So what should I have this morning at Spot of Tea?
The Eggs Cathedral. The English muffin, crab cake, scrambled eggs surrounded by a bed of country-style hash browns, deadly hash browns, which is a ham, cheddar cheese, onions, bell peppers, peppercino peppers, and of course covered in our signature seafood sauce made with Mexican grouper and crawfish tails. You can get that nowhere else but the Spot of Tea.
So like the layers of building materials that go into making a beautiful cathedral, you have created this massive Eggs Cathedral.
Yes, ma'am.
The holy grail of eggs.
I guess so, yes.
I head inside the No Frills Eatery and sit down to try this breakfast of champions.
So this is the Eggs Cathedral, and there is crab cake in here, grouper, hash browns, cheese. We've got Gulf shrimp, peppers, lots of goodness.
The cheese hangs onto my fork as I lift it off the plate.
Ooh, look at that cheese. Ooh, there's a kick. That is good. That is really good. It's cheesy, it's creamy. It's got a seafood flavor, but not too much. This is just meal number 1 of the day, people.
For lunch, let's meet Chris Rainosek at the Noble South, where traditional Southern meat and three is locally sourced and gourmet. Also located on Dauphin Street, this restaurant is bright and airy, with high ceilings and brick walls painted white and adorned with silver wall sconces topped with green plants. I sit down with Chris at a blonde wooden high-top table, accented with a bouquet of wildflowers.
Share with us what meat and three is and how you're doing it here.
Kind of a style of serving and ordering the food that you would find at, old Southern lunch counters, and basically get to pick your meat and then pick your vegetable side.
Our white plates are neatly covered with a meat and 3 sides.
Collard greens, broccoli rice casserole. This is a beet salad with feta and pecans. Everybody's favorite Southern vegetable, macaroni and cheese. Fried catfish, skillet corn, black-eyed peas, and cornbread.
We'll definitely have to start with this catfish.
Great.
It's nice and crunchy on the outside, soft, moist on the inside, really flavorful.
We use a mixture of heirloom corns. This farm grows a bunch of heirloom varietals of corn, so all different colors, all different varietals, and they grind it up into grits and cornmeal.
There are a lot of chefs that are really searching for those heirloom ingredients now.
It provides inspiration to the chefs and the cooks, let them see something different you've never seen before, as well as just the flavors. If it's coming straight off the farm, and those ingredients can have so much more of a true flavor to what the ingredient is. So this is kind of our version of a classic Southern cornbread. We use our heirloom cornmeal, same as you had on the catfish, and then we cook it in the classic way, a little bit of bacon fat in a very hot cast iron pan.
Okay, bacon fat in a cast iron skillet.
Yes.
With all different types of heirloom cornmeal.
Correct.
Who doesn't love a good cornbread?
Everybody's Alabama grandma has a cornbread recipe, a mac and cheese recipe, and as you work your way through the seasons, we always have different things kind of rotating through, so it'll be a totally different looking menu in the summer, totally different menu in the fall. It keeps it interesting for us and keeps our farmers in business.
an elevated meat and three, fresh from the farm. Chef-driven restaurants are popular on the global scene, and Mobile is no exception. Chef Pete Blohme, otherwise known as Panini Pete, is one of the most well-known, having been featured on Food Network shows like Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives with Guy Fieri, and The Great Food Truck Race with Tyler Florence. His downtown Mobile restaurant, Squid Eats and Drinks, melds Mobile's French, British, and Spanish heritage into dishes and cocktails.
Right when you walk in Squid, the first thing you see is the Cadillac wall over here. Antoine de Lemon Cadillac, who was an early royal governor of French Louisiana. This was the capital of French Louisiana before it moved west. So we got this cool history. So he was also the founder of Detroit, namesake of the Cadillac. When you learn that story, you go, wow, this makes it even better. It's a better experience. We've been under French rule, Spanish rule, British rule. So we kind of played with a lot of that in the food.
Chef Pete and I sit down for a multi-course dinner amid the buzzy crowd at Squid.
This is the paella?
Yes, so we're right in the midst of Spain here. We have the paella fritters with the romesco sauce. I'm going to crack one open so you can really see it. So you got that nice those
look at that
peas in
steam
there.
coming out.
Saffron rice, chicken, chorizo sausage, a neat, unique twist on a taste of Spain. It's been a great hit. And the infamous SOS, the Spanish squid on a shingle, which is so good. It comes with this little drop bucket of love here.
Chef Pete generously pours a garlic butter sauce over the grilled squid.
That garlic is really good.
And the courses keep coming.
You ready to try a little fish and chips? We've got some fried mahi with a nice traditional batter.
Sometimes the fish and chips are too bland. This is a lot of flavor.
Here, with the diversity of the menu, we have to have everything's got to have a voice. So for our little French nod, we have this killer Cadillac burger that I want you to try today. And there's a shallot bacon jam and some melted brie cheese, and it's got lettuce, tomatoes, onions, our burger sauce.
I love burgers. I love meat. This is amazing. This is the Cadillac of burgers right here.
Antoine de Lemon Cadillac lived right on the next block. He was a lover of good food and drink.
And I am too. But after eating with Chef Panini Pete, you may have to roll me to my next location.
So neat that you have the French, the British, the Spanish flavors going on here, an homage to the heritage, and then so much history right around the corner.
Yeah, Mobile's a very unique city, and we call it kind of historic eats, and it gives us a lot of room to play with the menu. You know, it takes the borders off, and we get to just go crazy back there.
It's crazy creativity from chefs who are sharing more than just a meal. They're sharing their community's story. So whether you run into Bob Baumhower at a Mobile speakeasy or Little Tea for breakfast at a Spot of Tea, you're in for some good eats and fascinating history as you dine around Mobile. Tune into my next podcast on Alabama food charting experiences in Montgomery and Birmingham with award-winning chefs and farm fresh food on Travels with Darley, Southern Trails.